Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone can hear me. If you can't hear me, I suggest that you might want to move in a little further to avoid the noise from the road. Thank you all for coming here today. It's really a privilege to be standing in front of this beautiful building. My name's Donna McCallie-Holly. I am the Grant and Program Director for the Lake Hopatcong Foundation. We're going to get right to our program, so I'd like to take the moment to once again thank everyone for coming. And I would like to introduce from the New Jersey Historic Trust, Board Trustee Peter Lindsay and Trustee Lisa Eaton, Executive Director Dorothy Guzzo, and Principal Historic Preservation Specialist Glenn Saponis. Please join me in welcoming them.
New Jersey Historic Trust, we're proud to be part of this project, at least as a contributor. First of all, the heavy lifting was done by the Lake Hopatcong Foundation. We just covered the check. But of course, you want to see what the checkbook looks like with those things covered. So that's heavy lifting. This is really quite an accomplishment. It's good that the building we put to community use, this represents, this final phase here represents about $250,000 of your tax money being brought back into the local economy, local and regional suppliers, craftsmen, out of a total of about $700,000 over the past several years that we've brought here, so we can, for the betterment of the Lake Hopatcong area and this building. Again, congratulations to the people who did all the heavy work, who did an excellent job, and we're pleased to present you with the grant money.
Yeah, otherwise it just looks like it.
Yeah, okay, good. Otherwise, we can get more songs.
This way a little bit, and I'd like, gentlemen from our board, could you please join the picture? Bob, would you mind getting in the picture, our board members? Thank you. Oh, sorry. I was looking that way.
Yes, I can. Thank you so much, really.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Thank
Okay, thank you all very much for that. Next, we're going to introduce the folks from the Morris County Commissioners. We have Director Stephen Shaw and Morris County Commissioner John Krickus will make a presentation of a plaque in celebration of the restoration and their support. So please.
Thank you so much. Before I present the hardware, I just want to say a few things. You know, we always talk about what a great place Morris County is, a great place to live, work, and raise a family. And part of that's because our rich history here in the county and how we work to preserve it. So I'm standing in front of a building that was built in 1911. That's 110 years ago. So if you were visiting this train station when it opened and you decided you saw a veteran that you wanted to thank, that would be a veteran from the Civil War or the Spanish-American War. Let that sink in for a minute. World War I was 3 years in the future. That's how old this building is. And the year this building opened, the New York Public Library also opened. Henry Ford hadn't started the assembly line yet. So that helps me put into perspective how old this building is. And when you did arrive here, when the building opened, you had a couple options. You could take the trolley to Bertram Island or the steamship through the canal. You know, that's incredible. So you had three modes of transportation right here. And interestingly enough, I come from the town of Mountain Lakes, And when I started learning about this building, I was like, wow, that looks just like the train station in Mountain Lakes. Well, of course, they're sister buildings built at the same time. And a little plug, there's a great restaurant there. So, small businesses, they need all the help they can. So, we do all of this. It's always partnerships, and we're so grateful and thankful for that. Morris County's part in this was over $1.1 million in grant funding over a period of time, starting with the acquisition of the property in 2013 and ending, and I'm sure there's going to be more down the future. Where's Marty at? He'll be here, happy to hear that. In 2020 with site work and some doors. I think most notable is the roof, the green roof, and I'm going to pronounce this incorrectly, but it's the Lodoisi Roof Tile Company in Ohio. They did the original roof, and that's where these tiles came from, the same company that was here in 1911. So this is one of 117 historic sites that we have helped to preserve in Morris County. Just last week, because our efforts, it's a rolling process, not rolling, every year the grant applications open up. So we just authorized at our meeting last Wednesday another $2.65 million to preserve or work on preserving and enhancing 27 sites in Morris County. Since this program started, since we took some of our open space dollars, a slice of it, and dedicated it to historic preservation, we have awarded $43.3 million in grants to protect and preserve our heritage. And another effort, because it's the 50th anniversary of our Heritage Commission, we just unveiled some new large markers that you'll see sprouting up around the county, 8 of them this year, to augment the 115 markers that we currently have. So I just want to encourage everybody. I know with this group I'm speaking to the choir, but dive into the history in Morris County. It is absolutely phenomenal, and follow the commissioner's efforts that are on our website under planning and preservation. So with that, I'm going to ask Commissioner Crickes to join me as we present this plaque. I believe, who are we handing this off to? It'll be mounted on the building here. I figured Marty would be the guy.
Our executive director.
Yes, that's right. Yes, I think we've met before. Yes, yeah. So the plaque reads preservation. Do the photo first. Okay. Can you find a spot for it, Marty?
We'll make one.
Yeah. This is a heavy plaque. The preservation of this historic site has been funded in part by the Morris County Board of County Commissioners through the Morris County Historic Preservation Trust Fund. And I don't know if there's going to be introductions later, but Ray Chang is on the staff there. He does a phenomenal job. It's all volunteers that help us make these funding decisions, but the staff is instrumental in putting all the information together, and we thank you for that. And so now it's officially yours, Marty. You don't need to go to the gym now. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Do you want to have any other pictures taken? Hi, where's Bob? P. Filippo? Up here. Bob, would you like to come up and say a few words about our beautiful building and our efforts here? Or just talk
You
about
let us
Roxbury
into town.
Township?
Thanks. I gotta say, I've seen some big checks before, but that was a big check. Thank you very much. I would only add that how grateful Roxbury is for all of the support we've gotten from the county, the Heritage Commission. Roxbury is a great place, and you're helping make it even a better place. So thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for your support.
So, as I mentioned, I do the grants and the programs at the foundation, so I just want to give a personal thanks again to Ray Chang from the county and to Glenn Saponis from the trust, because they're the people that make my job so easy, and it's a pleasure to work with them. Now I just would like to introduce our Executive Director, Kyle Richter, for a few closing remarks. And then if anyone would like to take some additional pictures, before we move in, we have our beautiful sign over there as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Donna. Everyone, my name is Kyle Richter, and I'm the Executive Director at the Lake Hopatcong Foundation. I would like to echo the thanks. I'd like to thank the New Jersey Historic Trust, Executive Director Dorothy Guzzo, Historic Trust Principal Historic Preservation Specialist Glenn Saponis, and your trustees, Peter Lindsay and Lisa Easton, Morris County Preservation Trust Fund, Commissioner Director Stephen Shaw and Commissioner John Krikis, and Assistant Administrator Dina Leary. Especially Roxbury Township and the community of Landing, including Mayor DiFilippo and Councilman Sean Patillo, as well as Assemblywoman DeCroce and Assemblywoman Dunn, and Sussex County Administrator Greg Pop. I also need to thank the Lake Hopatcong Foundation Board of Trustees. A number of you are here today, and the staff and wonderful volunteers who made this all possible. Most notably, Ron Kraus, who served as our project site manager during most of the construction. And I'd also like to thank the Lake Hopatcong community and everyone who has contributed towards these efforts. And I really hope I didn't miss thanking anyone. You know, that's always a thing when you get up to give a speech. You don't want to thank anyone. So just general thanks to everyone. With your support, we have been able to breathe new life into the historic building and have created a space for the community to connect around New Jersey's largest lake. Your continued support has allowed us to enter the final phase of rehabilitation of the Lake Hopatcong Station, allowing for the restoration of the exterior of the building. And if you haven't seen, just take a look around back. There is work continuing to go on. That is excluding the parking lot. I don't want anybody to think that this is the final stage of the parking lot. That will come when the construction of the new bridge over the train tracks is complete in the future. The Lake Hopatcong Foundation is excited to welcome the community to future programming events at the Lake Hopatcong Station, which is now serving as the Foundation's environmental and cultural center. And we are very excited for the station to once again be the welcoming point to New Jersey's most magnificent lake. I just want to thank you all for coming today. We very much appreciate your support. Thank you.
So thank you all. If anyone else wants to take some pictures, please do, and we're going to invite you inside to have some refreshments on us. So thank you all again.
Yeah, no, I think I'm good. Thank you so much. Yeah.